Hello. Welcome. Hello and welcome. Okay, hold on. I'm going to figure out. Hello and welcome to this beautiful new moon creativity session that I am hosting for y'all. Pardon the technical difficulties. Thank you for understanding. And we're here. We're live. If you wish to be with me in Zoom instead of on YouTube, all you gotta do is message me, send you a link to when it's time, and let you know how to get that. In the meantime, I am here, as you can see, quite casually to get back in touch with my creativity and release the projects that maybe aren't mine to do, even if they're an amazing opportunity, and call in and finish the projects that are mine and that I've committed to. So I'm trusting the timing that is. I'm actually really going to start with lighting a bit of Palo Santo to bring us back here into this moment, into the now, because that's where flow and creative flow really comes from. So if you feel like joining this ritual, it's a very casual ritual, okay? But I'm just going to do that because it helps ground me. Feel free to light a candle or find a quiet space to just find the space that makes you feel most at ease with yourself as we begin. Fire, welcoming fire into the space and the air. How's this fall transition feeling for y'all? Wishing you peace and ease. And opening this creative zone. All right, so onto this creative project I'm sharing with you right now. Cheers. Grab a coffee, tea, your drink, warm beverage of choice, or cold if you're in a hot place right now. And join me in the space you feel most at ease, which, if I was not using devices, I might be outside. It was nicer out. Full transparency there. and full transparency into this creative project I'm working on. I was hoping to get more of a sketch done before today, so that you could see more of the fun part. And it did not happen. As you can see, I am still here. So you're going to get to see my sketching process today and witness me being where I'm at and being bold anyway and sharing it. So yeah, we're just here drawing. It's Sunday morning, so I'm in my hoodie because I'm a hoodie. And yeah, if there are any other hoodie addicts that watch this, like, say something in the chat. Okay. So I like to put this down always. Really, what we're doing is we're following this. So I really only need this image for here. Why are you not wanting to work? It's like, no. Okay, I don't know if that's gonna work. Ah, it's gonna be more to use that split screen view. I've not really used split screen all that much. I don't always feel a need for it. That almost felt like it was good, and then just felt like I was able to see in fresco. So we're gonna start. I'm gonna probably have to put on some music because, like, what is life without music? Am I still okay? Great. You're also witnessing my level of ADD brain. I don't know if I feel like I have had a somewhat formal diagnosis at least, but oh, I believe it. Don't we all have at least a little bit with the way our phones work? Part of it a learned trait. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I'm gonna stay out of that lane. You're a scientist. Tell me. I do love to talk to scientists. And you're just gonna witness me babbling on. I'll start by getting a nice little, yeah, yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Oh, I get it. I get it. Okay, all right. The funky verse. We're gonna listen to your mix because your title really did get me. It did find me. This album did find me. So let's see what you got. Um, let's see. I'm not gonna share my audio because I'm So I'm just gonna tell you because I don't need to share his audio. But who is inspiring me? If you're curious about who is inspiring me, today it is the Funkyverse. It's pretty popular. Oh, cool. We start with some pressure release and end with some surface light. I like some funk. Okay, so that's who's inspiring me is the Funkyverse. And you're just gonna hear me babble on. So feel free to chime in the chat if you're joining us. We're gonna be here for like an hour and we're just gonna flow. I invite you to find that crafty project or find that drawing project or find that gardening project, maybe. Find whatever, find that easeful state and find listen to what your body is wanting to, as you breathe, listen to what your body is drawn to creatively right now. Are you gonna write? Join me. You write, I draw. And listen to some funky verse or whatever you feel like listening to. Also eating some yogurt, granola. Sorry. So if you're drawing with me, I'm working on a sketch. I'm reading a holiday card sketch in Adobe Fresco. And I invite you to join me with your creative project that you're calling in. You're in the middle of right now that you're wanting to work on, the one that feels good in your body. I invite you to join me. Find ease in the garden and a quiet space in your home. Find a place where you feel in flow, where it feels good, where you can be present. And take some time for yourself right now. And join this little community. Share in the chat where you're reaching out from, where you're listening from, where you're watching from. Okay. I'm wishing I had my drawing arms, drawing sleeves. I got a little crafty and didn't feel like throwing away a pair of cool socks that got holes in them. So I made the holes in the socks into thumb holes and made them and washed them, of course, and made them drawing hands, drawing sleeves. So I don't like make stupid, silly mistakes. Yep, I still use the eraser tool. Gets a little, No, I feel like I get a little crazy with always hitting the undo button all the time. Sometimes you just gotta use an old-fashioned eraser tool. Oh, getting a little eraser happy now. Still gonna use this drawing stream thing, streaming while trying also like, hey, if you're joining now, join me in a place you feel at ease, in your home, in a park, wherever you're tuning in from. Share in the chat, maybe. Join us with what you're doing creatively right now. Are you playing with your flow toys in the park? Are you writing? Are you drawing with me in Procreate or Adobe Fresco? Or in your paper sketchbook? Old-fashioned art journal? Art journals are good on days like this. We're following our creative flow, like our heart's desire. We're tuning into our heart, our bodies. What does your heart want? What do you want? Do you want to just sit and be and listen? Participate in the chat? What does your heart want? All of that. If you don't know, sit with it. Just sit with it and breathe. Don't forget to breathe. I got this paper feel screen protector. It's not feeling so much like paper. Kind of. It felt better before. But also, I'm playing around with this is a slightly different tip. Um, you can see there's a metal. I found these like pack of different lengths where the metal is different lengths. That's part of why this is a little different. I also kind of fell in love with sometimes using those little silicone tips. They get lost like crazy, so I ended up just buying a bunch of them. Um, sorry, what's that? Um, yeah, but the silicone tips have been kind of fun to play with. If you are drawing with me on your iPad, that is maybe a useful tip. I don't know. You let me know. What questions do you got? What do you want to know about this Faye and her process? I don't buy. We're just hanging out. There's no pressure here. Don't do anything you don't want to do. You don't believe in wholeheartedly. Again, I'm listening to some punk hubers. Let's see, we're like 16 minutes in. So we're probably in their submerged song part of their album or their mix. But yeah, also, I'm really doing this for you. So if you want me to do something differently, please feedback is welcome. Always. Just I ask that you be nice. It's a big risk. And I think the world needs more niceness. Feedback is great. Let's maintain a level of love and compassion for each other as human beings, because that's one thing we all are. Human beings, these flesh and bone bodies that we're living in. So I'm still not right about that, and I'm not getting right. Um, that's confused. It's confusing. Erase it. It's not a good rule for everything. So if you need some context, we're drawing. We're getting in touch with our inner creative flow by finding an easeful place in some, yeah, wherever that is, in your home, in a park, maybe you're dancing, maybe you're writing, maybe you're also iPad drawing. So if you're iPad drawing, I might throw out some tips on how when I use the eraser tool versus the undo tool. Probably figure that out, but that's kind of how I do it. And you might be getting really bored with me because that's the part of my process I'm in. So please let me know. I'll do my best to implement your feedback. I just need to be patient with me because sometimes I need a few times to get right. when your sketch gets confusing, erase it. Otherwise, I kind of try not to erase too much. I think I'm being a little perfectionist right now. Here, B, I think I need to check in on my husband real quick. Thank you to Martina Flora for teaching me to work with filled in shapes. You just do layers. Yeah, rather than trying to use the eraser tool so much, I try and do layers. Yeah, okay. Mhm. Oh, I'm realizing how tricky it is to, how much harder it is to find my creative flow for this kind of work on camera. I think I need to be a little further along in the project. This is a very rare moment you're seeing right here. Because I might not do this again. So yeah, if you're joining in, welcome to my creative corner. Here's your creative corner. I'm glad you're here. I'm very glad you're here. With the intention to get a little creative. You sit in the uncomfortable part of practice together. I use a lot of layers. I'm gonna do some holly. Wow, I'm grateful to have a holly bush. If you're gardening and have any plant care tips for me, let me know in the chat. We're just getting in touch with our creative flow on this blessed new moon, fall, equinox, eclipse, all these energies. We're meeting here. It's good to be together. So if you're in part of my creative, want to join me in a little bit of creativity to find ease. Learning. I'm listening to the Funky Verse and eating some yogurt and granola and hemp seeds. And we're hanging out. And we'll be here for like 15 more minutes, maybe, maybe less. Until I'm forgetting. I mean, I need a reference. Oh, wait, can I do that right in here? Making sure it's on the right layer. Because I always hate when I'm like so in the flow, I like start drawing too much on a different layer and I'm like, actually, and then you gotta learn to work with that mistake, which isn't necessarily a mistake. Learning to see things as opportunities to follow what actually wants to come out rather than trying to control the art that I'm doing too much. There's a bit of surrender in this process. This is the funky verse. Feels very spacey, very spacey. Very, okay. Okay, okay, I'm finding this. I'm like, I actually had one more sketch to do, but if I can at least get a rough sketch on this. Thanks, guys, for motivating me. Well, I think I do need this up a bit more. Or wait, you know what I really did need? Okay. Okay. So looking at the sketch now. Pretty good draft. I don't really thought I was going to. So that's good. Thank you for being here. And thank you for joining me in your creative endeavors. I worked through some of my own practice fears and shared it with you. So, as always, feedback is welcome. If you'd like to know more, I'll put more details in the description about where you can find me. Um, I try and do these every full in the moon, where we just sit and hang out and chat and find our creative flows and maybe learn a few things from each other. That's what I'm calling in as I keep doing these. So I wish you a beautiful, wonderful new moon, fall transition, and may you be who you're meant to be and be free to be who you want to be. May you flow through your day with ease. Be well. Namaste.